All right, guys, so making some more progress on the deck lid here. Cut out some more stuff. So usually in here, there's it's like a little channel to seal it off. So it's like has some foam in it just to seal the deck lid off. But it was pretty badly rusted, and I'll show you that right here. And we didn't need it. It was not serving any purpose to us. So as you can see here, it's got some rust down in that channel a little bit. That side's pretty decent. Yeah, see here, you can kind of see it in there a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Just wasn't in the greatest shape. Also cut out the bottom of the package tray here. So cut out some more stuff that we don't need. It's just more weight. Not much, but everything adds up a little bit. So yeah, we cut this whole liner out here, whole backside. As you can see, underneath here is all empty. Let me get a better shot here. So yeah, all this is empty. This is the bottom side. I'm gonna take these out eventually. I still have some more cutting I want to do on the body as far as like these inner pieces here, because I don't need those. That's just more weight. Plus the wheel tubs are gonna come up in here, and we can always brace it off of the chassis and run it up brace over here if we need to. So I'll cut those out later, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I just focus on the deck lid. So we got some of the sheet metal out, and then I finished this up, the Zeus rail here. There's two things that I found out, and I probably should have known, but I didn't. So we're learning. I went and got this flat stock steel from just the local Ace Hardware. It's just 3/4 inch thick by I think it was like 1/8 inch or something like that. Or it might even be a 16th thick. So it wasn't super big, and it just was steel. But if you look closely at it, I'll see if I can get it here. See how there's like a little bit of like a galvanization right there, a little bit. So it didn't say it on the tag, but I think it's galvanized steel. And when I was TIGging it, it was not gelling too well. I was able to finesse it and get it, but it wasn't gelling well like chromoly, flat stock steel, or just regular steel, because it has that coating on it. I was already too far in it to just say screw it and redo it. It came out okay, but for future, if I ever do this again, I will make a note of that. Don't use, if it has like a little like weird coating on the top, or it doesn't look like steel, it has some weird like it almost looks like it has a design on the top of it, really. Stay away from it, because it was not, I really had to finesse it in order to weld the Zeus tabs on there and all that. But nevertheless, we got it done, and I think it turned out pretty good. I tried to sand it down to make it kind of look like it's all one rail. So we got that done. Now I'm gonna work on mounting the sides here. I think I'm gonna do 3 up through here. So kind of 1 down here, 1 in the middle, 1 on the top. And then I'm gonna do the same thing up here along this. I thought about cutting this piece out, this top package tray, but I think I'm gonna leave it and just mount the tabs off of the Zeus tabs off of here. It's super thin sheet metal. So, I mean, I've already cut out a bunch. I think, you know, we could leave it. Plus, if I was to do it over again, if you're gonna cut this out, do that before you run these top bars. Because if I cut this out, then, and you put a piece across the top here, then those bars are gonna be super low, and you wanna try and get these bars up as close to the body as you can. So mental note for next time on that deal. So yeah, we're gonna do the same thing up here as we did down here. We're gonna do 4, so it'll be 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top, 3 on the side. It's a little much in my opinion, but I've seen some guys where they mount quite a bit on the sides. They mount about 3 or 4 on the sides, and then they run about 4 or 5 on the top, same on the other side. And then they run about 1 or 2 down here. Because if you think about it, you have the air coming over the car and it's just coming down. Now up here, you want as much basically strength as possible on the deck lid because the air is gonna hit it right here and it can lift it up. Down here on by the wing and the back of the deck lid, the air is just coming down. So you necessarily don't really need 4 Zeus tabs like that, but I don't want air coming underneath it, lifting it up, all that stuff, or flying on. Rather just be safe than sorry. So yeah, that's where we're at. We got the bottom in, we got the wing on. I got the deck lid patched, and I hate I did this, but I kind of had to. Under here where I put this panel in, I put a little bit of Bondo where it seemed where I welded it together just to make it gel and make it look nice. I'm not gonna paint this car. I'm actually gonna have it wrapped. So yeah, 'cause I've heard wrap is a lot lighter than paint. And if you screw something up, like say on a fender, we screw like put a scratch in it or whatever, I could just take that fender back to them, have them basically rewrap it, and there you go. You don't have to sand it back down and paint it and all that crap. I don't like I bondoed it. I don't like that I bonded, I should say. But I don't think this car was in a crash. I think it just got dinged up because in this corner where the tail light is, there was a big dent right here, a big one. And I tried to bang it out and get it to where it can basically be somewhat nice. So I did that as best as I could. The other thing is somebody else was in here too, because this whole corner going up this side, not where I welded it together. Actually, you know what? Yeah, where I welded it together. And right in here on the actual back of the quarter, it looks like somebody did a bunch of lead work. Because when I was welding the back of this deck lid to the actual body, as soon as I put some heat to it, it like ran away like it was liquid. So that's lead. So I don't really know lead work, never done lead work. I could have tried to basically fix that with lead rather than Bondo, but Bondo's cheap and easy and it's fast and you can make it look however. I just got it was like a gallon jug off Summit, pretty much their brand of Bondo, and it seemed to work pretty good and it's pretty strong. So yeah, it was on this corner here of this tail light right in here. Same thing on the other side, bunch of lead work. So yeah, kind of was forced to do that because as soon as I put the TIG torch right there, it just open up a big hole where the lead was. So yeah, we just bondoed this whole back here and now it's all smooth. It looks like one piece, and everything will line out pretty good. So got that done, got the wing on, got these holes patched in the deck lid here. I'll flip the camera here. So yeah. And then pretty much the process I did for this is I just flipped this deck lid over. I flipped the deck lid over and sanded down the areas where the holes were. And then I just laid one strip underneath on the bottom side here. I laid one strip underneath here. I let it dry overnight and then came back the next day, sanded the top of these here. And then I just cut out small little patches, like maybe like 1 inch by inch or like 1 inch by 2 inch. And just started packing them on. Just started packing them on the top. So I think I did about 4 layers on each hole of the cloth. And then I just came back over and sanded it down. Because I'd rather have a hump here. I'd rather have a hump on these holes to where I can come back over and sand them down. Because I just want to make sure that the hole is filled in. It's not basically divoted out. And then when I come over and sand it, it'll be flat. So that's why you kind of see, you can really see the cloth in there on that. So yeah, we got the deck lid all patched up. And then I'm gonna mount it to the car, drill the holes for the rear Zeuses, and then start mounting the other Zeus's around the perimeter. And actually, I think I'm gonna try something different with this. So these are Drag Race Solutions. There's a part number on them right there. So these are kind of cool. I've never really seen these, but it kind of gets you away from the spring. And let me take one out of the package here. So it gets you away from the spring. So it's a little bit lighter. And they just have a very big head on them. So it's pretty wide. It's got a big head on it. It's an Allen. I don't like the slotted. And here's why I don't like the slotted. The depth of the slot is not deep enough in what I've seen and what I've dealt with. So as soon as you put the tool in there, and let's just say you slip on it, there it goes. So it's a pain in the ass to get it out, and it's just a nightmare. So I like the Allens. As long as you can keep one on, like 10 Soldier race cars, they make a great tool where it has an Allen and like a slot, so you can have both. And it's a little tool. It's super cheap. You can keep it in the car. You could tie it on the car somewhere. Super easy. But I like the Allens because you don't have that. You can just fit the Allen in there. Boom, it comes off. So yeah, we're going to try these. Doesn't have a spring. It just goes in there, boom, holds it down, and it has the big head on it to basically hold that panel down. So we're going to try those and see how that goes. So yeah, so now we're going to get started on mounting the deck lid, doing the perimeter, and then go from there. So, all right. This is like day 2, day 3 of working on this deck lid. So, in the last little short clip, I talked about the Zeus fasteners, that I wanted to change those up a little bit. I tried them, and I'm not a fan. I thought they would work a little different. You have to get the hole in the fiberglass, and whatever body panel you're mounting with those, you have to get the hole like very tight to that shank. Because if you don't, what'll happen is it'll kind of move around. It has some slop in it, and it doesn't really have a lot of like pull down ability. Like it really doesn't grab the panel as well as I thought it would. So I think I'm just gonna go with the self-ejecting ones. I mean, I know I was talking about weight before, but it doesn't really weigh that much or matter that much. So I got the side ones on, and I just have Clecos holding in the plates right now. But I got those. I got the 3 side ones on. Same thing with the other side. Got 3 sides over there. And then now I'm going to work on the top. We're going to do 4 across the top. And how I'm going to mount those is I got these Moroso just mounting plates for Zeus fasteners. And I'm going to kind of do something like this. I got to bend it a little bit more. I'm just going to put it in the vise. Just put it in the vise here and then just bend it over. But this part right here has to be a little bit longer. So I'm going to do 4 of those, and then mount those up and weld them in to the top of the panel, and then the deck lid will be fastened and done. Trying to think here. I mean, all the gaps look pretty good so far. The gaps on the side are the same as far as like width here. You can kind of see it's a little higher than the body line, just a touch. And I could lower the brackets down a little bit, but we'll see. I don't know if I want to do that. It's pretty dang good right now. I mean, it's a little lifted, but it's not terrible. Same thing with this side on here. You could see it kind of has a little bit of play here. Same thing with the other side. Where this is here on the other side, it's lifted up a little bit. You can see it's kind of lifted, but everything else is pretty much flush. So I'm not really sure what the deal is there with that. It might be this mounting plate or something under here. But see, like I can push down on that right there. So I think it's this mounting plate. So I might have to lower this one just a touch, just to get this one down a little bit more. So yeah, we'll just keep working on those. I'm gonna have to turn these sideways like this, so that each one's gonna be sideways like this, I think, just so it can clear, because there's gonna be these dudes in there just holding them down. All right, well, deck lid's done. Got it all mounted up. I still want to adjust these bottom ones right here. As you can see, it's sticking up just a little bit right there. But deck lid's done. As you can probably see around my garage. Got some big plans coming, and we're moving out of California, finally. So we bought some property in Tennessee, and already have some plans to build a good-sized shop out there, so we can continue building this thing and possibly build other cars in the future. That's my goal. So that's next few months are gonna be pretty wild. So we're getting ready to move out of this house now and head cross country. So some of this stuff here on the car is gonna be delayed a little bit just because of the move. I still have a few things I need to finish up before I actually put it in a trailer and transport it cross country, and that's put shocks on all four corners. I need to do that, and I'm gonna buy some of those, they're called like chassis stabilizers. They're pretty much like a big bladder that you compress with air, put underneath the chassis. It keeps it from bouncing around, beating the hell out of the shocks, out of the chassis, all that stuff. So I'm gonna get that, shocks. My steering stuff just shipped, so I'll be able to finish out the steering column and the steering shaft and all that down to the rack. I'll be able to finish that out. And then I have a couple little small odds and end things that I want to just tighten up before we get out of here. So yeah, videos might be a little far in between, but I might try and document the move too. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, big things happening here, and been dreaming of this for a long time, and it's finally happening. So stay tuned. I'll definitely document building the new shop, setting up the new shop, and then once we get everything set up out there, I'm gonna be hitting this thing hard, because I'm excited to get back there and to see some of the small tire racing back there, and hopefully one day be a part of it. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I appreciate you guys watching. I know this is kind of a little weird video. It spanned out over many days of putting this deck lid together, just mounting it up. So I appreciate you guys watching, and like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.